So did you meet?
Yeah. I was giving tabruk out yesterday. I saw that my whole together.
Are you? So yeah, we are also going like but we enough check. I think we are heading to Pakistan.
That's right, she told me. That's right.
We chose so we so this is Pakistan China, so this is go ahead to वहाँ पर वो स्पेशल पूरा सवाल तो शहानी की रहीवान जी just said like ये सवाल की बात कर रहे हैं
Yeah, down out. Make an entrance. You come to the first row. Oh, it's not. Good students sit in the first row. Okay. You look सामने भेजो.
We had a parenting conference and my co-teacher was asking if you want to be part of the bird. So I was like, okay, usually I'm in a Maya.
Okay. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Well, I hope everybody is logged on to computer, internet as well, and then we're live. Mama sitting with you? Okay. Okay. Inshallah, we'll be very quick. I won't take too much of your time. It'll be 30 minutes long. Let me just adjust the volume. And then we'll open up to Q&A as well. We've done it in the past when we talked about Hajj. YouTube pe dekhen live. Just make sure the sound is good. So those who have joined us on Zoom, you can also join us on YouTube, Masjid-e-Ali YouTube channel. And this is going live. If you can hear properly hopefully you can hear properly, but keep your, yourself muted until, we open up to Q&A, inshallah. So we have live audience as well. We have about 12 participants that will be joining us, inshallah, during our trip. So first and foremost, congratulations to all of you on this opportunity that is, ahead of us. That inshallah we will be performing Hajj, or rather Umrah, or mini Hajj it is called. Umrah has few types. I'm not going to go into unnecessary details of fiqh aspect of it. There's Umrah Tamattu, there's Umrah Mufradah, so I'm not going to go into all those. We're going to stay focused to the Umrah that is applicable on all of us. So there are 7 parts of Umrah Mufradah. So what you will be performing, inshallah, you will be performing what is called Umrah Mufradah. Now all of your intentions and your niyat will be for Umrah Mufradah. Meaning what? And we'll talk about it. And we have shared some documents as well. On that you'll find the niyat and the intention. Intention is very important. But intention does not mean that you have to utter the words from your mouth by saying, I do this. It's good to utter. But if you can just run it through your head, that is enough as well. But you need to know what you are doing. Make sure that you utter those words. Now, Umrah itself is not wajib. Hajj is wajib. Umrah is not wajib. It's a mustahab amal. So whether you do it or you don't, it's not wajib. It's mustahab. It's highly recommended. It's recommended to do Umrah every month. Umrah Rajabiyya is the highly recommended Umrah by Rasulullah, and therefore it's only mustahab. But when you begin the amal of Umrah, the amal, each one you can make the niyat of wajib, or you can just keep the niyat that I perform this amal qurbatan ilallah. Either would be sufficient. But because all of the amal that you will perform once you've started the Umrah, if you say I do tawaf around the Kaaba 7 times, qurbatan ilallah, that is fine. If you say I do tawaf around the Kaaba for Umrah Mufradah, wajib qurbatan ilallah, that is fine as well. It does not change anything. Or you can just run it through your head that I am doing this. You know, intention is when you go about doing something. When you are, it's time for namaz, it's time for salat, and you go toward doing wudu. Your intention is what? To do wudu for salat. You don't have to say it from your tongue, but the intention is already there. So there are 7 parts of Umrah Mufradah. We want this to be a conversation. So you can always raise hand and stop me, and I can go over it. Oh, it should not be, should be open. All right, let me go see. Admit all. I'm sorry. Thanks for. Sorry about that. I thought you guys were all already in. I don't know why the security. Oh, the security enabled. All right. So we'll start over for those who just joined us. If you can just keep yourself muted, and inshallah we will open up for Q&A towards the end. I just started by mentioning the niyat. What should be the niyat for every action that you do? I mentioned that Umrah is not wajib, it's only mustahab, highly recommended. And when you start performing the actions of Umrah, then you can make the niyat of wajib for each action. So there are 7 parts of Umrah Mufradah. Let me make Sajjad Bhai, give him permission so that he can also make you co-host. Sajjad Bhai, you're a co-host, so if someone is in the waiting room, you can let him in, okay? All right. All right. So there are 7 parts of Umrah Mufradah. Number 1, wearing the ihram from miqat. Now, I'm assuming those who are going with us, I know that for sure, we will be arriving in Medina first. We'll spend a couple of days in Medina. And for those who go to Medina, for them, Masjid-e-Shajara or Zul Hulayfiyah is miqat for them. So we will go together, preferably in the evening. We'll wear the ihram in our hotels. You'll do the mustahab ghusl. You'll do the mustahab ghusl. That is to be done in your hotel. We'll give this information over there as well. And then after wearing the ihram, and I'll show how to wear to the men, we'll go to Masjid-e-Shajara. You don't need to know any of this stuff, because this will be done for you. You'll be taken to those places. I'm just giving you as an information. We'll go to Masjid-e-Shajara, and we will perform what is called wearing of the ihram. So that is a miqat for people who come from Medina. I don't know if any of you are not going to Medina first. So if you're going to Jeddah directly, for you, Masjid-e-Shajara will not be the miqat. Instead, it'll be Juhfa, which is about 180 kilometers from Jeddah. But there's also a loophole, because you might have time constraint and you don't have time to go to Juhfa. You can make nadhr. Before you leave, you make a nadhr on the day that you're leaving, that I make a nadhr that I wear the ihram for Umrah from Jeddah airport. Fulfillment of nadhr becomes wajib. Thus, your ihram will be sufficient from Jeddah airport, and you don't have to go to Juhfa, and you just go directly to haram. You cannot enter haram without ihram. It's just like, your salat does not begin until you say takbiratul ihram. You cannot enter. Someone does not say, are you praying? I haven't said Allahu Akbar yet. You say Allahu Akbar, then the salat begins. Similarly, without wearing ihram, you cannot enter into haram. So, So first wajib is wearing the ihram from miqat. Second wajib is what? Second wajib is doing tawaf. Circumambulating around the Kaaba 7 rounds. First round, and there will be pictures inshallah towards the end. I'll show you. Starts from Hajar Aswad. 1 round, finishes on Hajar Aswad. Second round, finishes on Hajar Aswad. Third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, seventh. You expand a little bit and you come behind Maqam Ibrahim. Your tawaf ended at Hajar Aswad, but you keep walking until you come behind Maqam Ibrahim. There you're going to perform the third wajib, which is 2 rakat salat behind Maqam Ibrahim. I'll go in the individual details of each one of them, so I'm just going to go through this. Fourth wajib is sa'i, which is walking between the mountain of Safa and mountain of Marwa. Fifth wajib is taqsir or halq. Halq is only for men, meaning shaving the head. Taqsir is for everyone. So you just clip a little bit of your hair, that's it. Basically, once you do taqsir, the limitations of ihram is off, even though you're wearing it, but ihram is, aapka utar gaya ihram, basically. Number 6, tawafun nisa. Now it's named nisa, does not mean only women have to do it. It's a wajib of Umrah Mufradah. Everyone must do it. So it's circumambulating around the Kaaba, again similar to the first tawaf that you did. And then 2 rakat salat behind Maqam Ibrahim. That is what the 7 parts of Umrah Mufradah is. How long does it take? 2 hours maximum. Ji.
Instead of trimming hair, you could just clip the nails?
If someone doesn't have hair, some people lack hair, or from your beard. If you have beard, you can, hair is the first, and then if you don't have any hair, no hair in your face or your head, then you can clip the nails as well. All right, as I said, I'll go through some of the ahkam that are pertaining to us, inshallah, with this. Go ahead, Asma. Go ahead. You have a question? Go ahead. I didn't hear you. I can't hear you. So we'll keep the questions from the people online towards the end, and maybe Sajjad Bhai can write them down, or Sajjad Bhai can note it. You can put it in the chat box, and then I can address that because we can't hear you.
My question was, women has to cut the hair.
Huh? Women have to clip a little bit of the hair. तो थोड़े से बाजू निकाल के बस काट लेंगे.
That's her question.
Okay. Tawaf an-Nisa. So what is the question about Tawaf an-Nisa? I can't hear what they're saying. Okay, I'm not keeping the tab on the chats. Ji.
तवाफ कर रहे हैं, हज असफल से शुरू किया और 7 तवाफ करने के बाद या छठे तवाफ पे नमाज अदा करनी है?
No, after the 7th round.
After the 7th round.
Yep.
You mean to say 8वें चक्कर पे जाके?
No, it's not the 8th one. I'll show you. All these will be inshallah addressed. Sajjad Bhai, can you let Shamsher Ali enter? Yes. All right. I'll address. By the end of this slides, you will not have any questions. So let's go through the slides quickly, and then we'll leave the questions towards the end. First wajib is, as we mentioned, wearing the ihram. Niyat for ihram is what? I'm wearing ihram for Umrah Mufradah qurbatan ilallah. Or you can just say wajib qurbatan ilallah if you want to. It's okay. But this would be sufficient. Again, you don't have to say it. You can just, same for men, same for men, same for women. Ihram for men is 2 white pieces of unstitched clothes, right? Unstitched clothes. So you can buy ihram from Amazon if you want, or you can buy ihram from Medina. You can buy ihram from Medina. I have my ihram from previous Hajj. I did 6 or 7 Hajj with this. So this is 1 piece only, of course, and I'll show you how to wear this as well. So you need 2 of these. 1, of course, for bottom and 1 for top. For women, they can wear stitched clothes. Anything could be their ihram. I would suggest if you have white clothing, any white pair of shalwar kameez or whatever, keep that to be your ihram, right? Just so that you're blending in with everyone who's wearing white. But you can wear any color as long as it's not something which is too flashy, right? Any color. Black is fine, any color is fine. Yeah, so women, you can dedicate more than one ihram to be your ihram. So for men, they can buy 2 ihrams. What do I mean by that? For example, one ihram, one piece gets dirty, or you bleed or you cut yourself, and it becomes najis, you have to change it. So you can take that off and you can put on that separate fresh piece that you have already. But you cannot go from ihram to your regular clothes. You have to go from ihram to another ihram while you're still in the process of performing umrah. So for example, you travel from Medina, it's a 4-hour ride. You arrive in your hotel, you can take a shower. You can remove this ihram and put on another ihram if this got dirty in the way, for example. You cannot take this off and wear any other clothing. That you cannot do. You must replace ihram with another ihram. So women as well, I would suggest you keep 2 ihrams with you, at least. Although usually Hajj, we need more than one. Umrah, you wouldn't need it, but just in case. Men, 2 pieces will be fine. And if need be, you can always buy it from over there. So for women, they can wear stitched clothes, but the face and the hands should be uncovered. So no gloves and no face mask allowed. Ghusl mustahab, before wearing the ihram, it's mustahab to perform ghusl. So we'll do that in our hotels. You can take a shower, take a ghusl. Ghusl is, of course, no need to teach you guys ghusl. Just a reminder, ghusl is when you make the niyyah that I perform ghusl for wearing ihram, qurbatan ilallah. There's no wajib, there's no mustahab in it. You wash the top of your head and up till the neck, and then you wash the right side of the body, and you wash the left side of the body. Just like you do any other ghusl, that's how you're going to do the ghusl for wearing ihram. It's mustahab. Miqat, we mentioned, specific places in Saudi Arabia on the way to Mecca. So these are the ones. We don't need to go in the details of this. You guys will be taken to these places, yes.
If your ghusl breaks between your hotel and before wearing your ihram.
You don't need taharat to wear ihram. Taharat is not a condition for ihram. So you could, of course, nobody expects you to be tahir for 4 hours ride. You might have to go to the washroom in the middle of it. You don't need to have taharat. Not initially, not during, not after. Yeah, when you do tawaf, you need to have taharat. The tawaf and the salat, for that you need taharat, you need wudu. But for everything else, you don't need it. So that is a mustahab ghusl that we do. Niyat, I specify what the ihram is being worn for. Umrah Mufradah, Umrah Tamattu, and seeking nearness to Allah. So in our case, it will be Umrah Mufradah. Talbiyah, that is a wajib. So for example, when we go we'll wear our ihram from our hotels, and we'll have men, for example, will be wearing this top piece. When we arrive at Miqat, we will offer either Maghrib and Isha prayers over there, and that would be sufficient. If not, we will offer, what do we offer? 2 rakat salat. So 2 rakat salat will be mustahab to offer when you wear the ihram. So you already have this piece on you, right? You're wearing it. What are you going to do? For example, you're wearing it like this. This is how we're supposed to wear it. Now, if you make the niyat, you're making the niyat, what are you going to do? You're going to just open it. You make the niyat that I wear the ihram for Umrah Mufradah, qurbatan ilallah, and then you go like this, and then you wear it. There you go. My ihram is now. Then I'll do immediately what? Talbiyah. Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, labbaik, la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda, wan ni'mata, laka wal mulk, la sharika laka labbaik. We'll make you read this. It's good if you can memorize it, but we'll make you read this inshallah. And individually we will recite these. We'll make the niyat together. So all of these things, you can know these things, but we'll of course walk you through all of these things as we move forward. Okay, that's the talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. That part is wajib. Innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk. That is mustahab. La sharika laka labbaik is done out of raja and umeed. So the first part is the wajib part, the rest is the mustahab part, but why leave anything out if Masumin have mentioned it? I can make this slide available to all of you as well, if you need me.
We need it.
Yeah, I'll make it available. So every pilgrim must learn the proper pronunciation of the words of talbiyah. So again, I'll do this. Repeat after me. Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik. You'll repeat. And you'll repeat after me. So I'll make you read it, and therefore, inshallah, there isn't any mistakes in reciting it. All right. Now, there are 25 things that are prohibited in the state of Ihram. You can go through these 25 things, inshallah, on your own. We'll mention only the ones that are necessary to be explained. Prohibition during Ihram, using scent or perfume. So, again, Umrah is not that long. Hajj is where you need to be mindful of all of this, because Hajj is, you have to be in the state of Ihram for a couple of days. For a couple of days, it's very difficult to avoid, perfume or scent and all that stuff. So you can buy, unscented soap, unscented lotion, unscented shampoo. All of these are available. You can buy them. Yes?
But you can't use like any shampoo or soap with smell in it?
You cannot. No. That'll entail a kafara, right? If you do so, that'll entail a kafara. So it is forbidden for a person to smell or apply perfume of any kind, let alone perfume. Soap that you're washing yourself with, shampoo that you're using, lotion that you're applying, right? It'll be dry, so you're going to need lotion. Get unscented and use that. It works the same.
Can you get from Medina, the unscented?
I'd say you buy it here. Yeah, over there it'll be very difficult to find these things. You can search it online. Amazon pe I'm sure milta hoga. CVS pe milta hai. You can probably buy this there.
Maulana, what about the toothpaste?
Toothpaste is okay because you're not, smelling it, nor are you applying it to your body. Just like the fruits. There are fruits that smell, there's fragrance in the fruit. You're eating it. So it's something which you're applying to your body. That is something which is not allowed. So toothpaste you're not applying to your body as a means of, putting fragrance on yourself. Rather, you're just brushing your teeth. So it's okay. But if you can avoid, and if you can use something which is unscented, that would be preferable. Bad smell. It is forbidden for a pilgrim in the state of Ihram to close his nose. Smell aa rahi hai, सूंघते हुए चले जाएं आगे, that's okay. But don't close your nose. Don't ask me for the philosophy behind some of these masail, because we don't have time to go in the falsafa of this. Wearing sewn clothes for men, we already talked about it. Men, you'll be wearing this sort of ihram. You cannot wear. But there are certain things that you can use. For example, there's no objection in tying a sewn money purse around the waist or shoulder to protect the cash, for example. It is also permissible to use a sewn belt, to support your rupture or example hernia if someone has that issue, for example. To also use a sewn blanket or covering, but must not let it cover his head. So men, you should not let anything get on top of your head. Acha. So a lot of time people are afraid because they're wearing ihram for the first time. It's like there's no belt, and what if it falls? And they're fearful of all of that. What, can we put a belt on it? Yes, you can. Not with the intention of keeping the ihram intact, rather with the intention of keeping your valuables in it. So why are you putting on the belt if someone asks you? I want to keep the money or the phone in it. Not because I want to keep the ihram tight. Because if you use it with that intention, you're actually using it part of your libas, and you cannot do that. All right. Again, these are more detailed issues for Hajj. We won't need some of these things. Prohibition during ihram, looking in a mirror, that's something very common.
Women can keep the purse?
Yeah, you can keep the purse. Yeah. So look in the mirror for the purpose of beautification. Intention, go in front of a mirror and you start peering. Yes.
Okay, so does that entail like the window or?
Yeah, it's written there. So there's no objection to look in a mirror for any other reason. A pilgrim needs to look into a mirror to treat his face of some injury, or or looks into the mirror by mistake when you're, for example, going to an elevator.
No, what I mean is your reflection in the window. So you're like
That's okay.
window or like there's a water.
Again, what's the intention in looking into the window? Are you trying to see your reflection on it?
Like let's say I want to fix my hijab, so I'm not looking at the mirror, but I'm looking.
No, anything that is reflecting could be your phone. So will not be permissible.
Maulana, that means we cannot do any streaming or anything.
Live streaming?
Yeah, like
Just don't see yourself in it, but you can do live streaming. So yes, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look purposefully to go ahead and fix something, then it will not be. But it says there's no objection to look in the mirror for any other reason other than beautification. So I guess fixing hijab would not be part of the beautification. Pilgrim needs to look in the mirror to treat, there's something got into your eye, for example, and you need to see it to be able to get it out. It'll be okay in those instances. So yeah, you would be fine if you were fixing hijab. Wearing shoes or socks, it is forbidden for men in the state of Ihram to wear shoes or socks. However, it's permitted for them to let the cloth of the Ihram worn around the waist to cover their feet while resting. Again, you won't have time to be resting in the state of Ihram. This is when you are in Arafat. You're spending the entire day in Arafat and you're wearing this Ihram and the battery is low. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Good. All right.
So Maulana, clarify a few things on that.
Sure. Go ahead.
So once you wear
One second.
Once you wear the ihram, you cannot wear slippers.
No, you can wear slippers.
You can wear slippers.
Yeah.
But no shoes.
Oops. We meant no shoes. Right here. You're jumping the gun a little bit. Oh boy, how do I fix this? All right. So, this slide will come. That is permissible. These other ones will not be permissible.
For men and women?
No, only men. Women will wear their shoes. They'll cover their feet from the view of non-mahram. So the instruction was only for men. Let me go back. Okay. So we did all that. We did this. Yeah, that slide should have been closer to this. We did this. Okay. Wearing shoes is only for men. See? It's forbidden for a male pilgrim. All right? Okay. On the bottom, what it said, there's no objection to women wearing socks and shoes. All right. Tawaf, the second wajib, is the second obligation in Umrah Mufradah. Tawaf means to circumambulate 7 times continuously around Kaaba. What will be the niyat? I'm performing tawaf around the Kaaba 7 rounds for Umrah Mufradah, qurbatan ilallah. Condition for tawaf. Now you need wudu. Taharat is necessary for tawaf. If during tawaf wudu becomes batil, what should one do? Explain. Who wants to explain?
We have to start all over again. Come back, start all over again.
Yeah?
It is, if you're in the middle of one and it breaks, then you have to start at the previous one.
Wrong.
Damn.
Yes.
If your wudu breaks after the fourth tawaf,
Yeah.
you can continue.
Continue.
If it breaks before,
Good.
then you have
Someone's
to
done their homework.
Yeah.
So, 4 tawafs are basically something which after the 4th tawaf, it's a game on, right? And there will be a result of this match. So 4th tawaf is basically a stopping point. You can even, if you want a little bit rest, thoda sa, just to relax a little bit, you can. After the 4th tawaf, for example, intentionally or unintentionally, you cannot control your wudu. Then what you can do, wudu breaks, you go ahead and do wudu again. You don't start over. You start from number 5, number 6, and number 7. But if it breaks prior to 4th, then you'll start all over again. Body and clothes must be tahir, just as in salat. Even those najasat which are exempt in salat, such as blood less than the size of a coin. So for example, when you're praying, there's a small dot of blood. You can keep praying. As long as the blood spot is less than a quarter, you can keep praying. Salat is fine. Tawaf? No, it's not. It has to be void of any of that. Male must be circumcised. Number 4, private parts should be covered. Start from Hajar al-Aswad and finish on Hajar al-Aswad. That's number 1. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, Hajar al-Aswad. Then you go, the 7th one you start. When you come around Hajar al-Aswad, then you're going to walk behind Maqam Ibrahim. I'll show you on the last slide when we have a whole, picture of Kaaba. Don't go inside Hatim, that D-shaped monument, which is where Hajar Ismail is also called. You can, it's usually closed, but don't go inside of it. Do not touch the walls of the Kaaba. Always make sure that your left shoulder is facing the Kaaba. Yeah, of course, if you get pushed around, shoved around by someone, you didn't intend on doing it, that's okay. But if you do it intentionally, then tawaf will be broken and you'll have to start again. Observe muwalat, meaning what? Same in salat, that you have to do muwalat. To perform 7 rounds, one after another, one after another, one after another, as if someone looks and says, oh, this person is doing tawaf. But for example, you start talking and you stood on the side. If an onlooker sees you, say, well, this person is not doing tawaf. They're just talking. So that's what muwalat means. That it has to be done continuously. Just like you're praying. You just don't, after ruku, you're just standing. You gotta go to the next object. Keep the Kaaba on your left hand side always. So this is method of performing tawaf. So imagine, this is Hajar Ismail, that D that I was referring to. Oh, I can use this right here. So this is the Hajar Aswad. Usually there's a green light that goes all the way over here, marking the line to Hajar Aswad. You don't start the tawaf right here naturally. We usually enter right here, somewhere over here. This is where, I think it's Bab-e Umrah. There's a door called Bab-e Umrah. We usually enter, pilgrims usually enter from there. And then you come inside and then you start walking, close, and then you come close. And you become part of the tawaf that is already going on. There's tawaf constantly going on, right? So you just join in. You just don't come in here and enter and break all the people who are already doing the tawaf. You gradually become part of the circle, right? So you start over here, you enter over here, and then you come, and all the way when you come to Hajar Aswad, this is where you make the niyat. Okay, I circumambulate around Kaaba 7 times for Umrah Mufradah, Qurbatan ilallah. Your first tawaf. You go around Hatim, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7th one starts. You go around, you start making your circle a little bit wider, see? A little bit wider. Your tawaf has ended right here because you're in the straight line to Hajar Aswad. But you come around over here. Maqam Ibrahim is this. You come around over here. Anywhere behind Maqam Ibrahim, you're going to stand and you're going to offer 2 rakat namaz. No, 1 niyat. Yeah.
So when you do the niyat, you have to stop, pause, or you can...
No, you just keep walking. Don't stop. People keep pushing you from behind. If you drop something, I don't know how the crowd will be. Hajj is terrible, but I don't know how the crowd will be right now. You can actually watch the live on YouTube. If it's crowded, you lose anything, you drop anything, don't go down to pick it up. Just let it be. Don't bring anything valuable, first of all. You're calling for trouble if you bring valuables. Unfortunately, and there are a lot of people who are there for that purpose. Even in harams, people are there for that purpose. So don't bring anything valuable. Just like a backpack or something, in which you have your what? In which you have your slippers or something. Yeah. That's okay. So the previous slide, I didn't read it completely. It mentioned that aside from the kiswa of, that could be, that fragrance is permissible. So right here, it says, any kind, there's no one exception, which is Quluqul Kaaba, which is extracted from the saffron and other material that is applied to the Kaaba. So that fragrance is coming, that's okay. That one's permissible. Alright? Okay. All of these things are in the slide, so I'll make it available to you.
For the tawaf, if you have little kids with you, can you hold their hands and do the tawaf
Yeah.
with them? As
Yeah.
long as the left shoulder is facing.
Yeah. As long as all the conditions are being fulfilled, you're good. नहीं? During tawaf to karna hi nahi hai, हाथ ही नहीं लगाना. During tawaf you cannot touch any part of Kaaba during tawaf. But after you're done with tawaf and your umrah, now you're there for a couple of days, right? So if you want to go touch Hajar Aswad, it's good. But during tawaf, no.
Maulana, तो कोई distance-
एक second, go ahead.
During the walk,
Yeah, a good question. In tawaf area, you're not allowed to wear any slippers.
Women do?
Women too.
Yes.
You're not allowed to wear any slippers.
Socks?
But you'll be wearing socks. Men will not be wearing socks or slippers. In the tawaf area, mataf is called mataf. You cannot wear any shoes. Sa'i, Safa and Marwa, you can. You had your hand up.
Yes, so during the tawaf, what are we supposed to, what do you recommend we recite?
So the slide is coming up. Yes.
जब हम तवाफ कर रहे हैं तो ये जो बैग है वो अपने साथ
You can hang the bag. Yes. Yep. The bag can be.
distance का कोई इस तरह के खाना काबा से कोई हम कितना फासले पे हों?
So don't go too far away. The question is how far away can be from Kaaba. So you gotta be between Kaaba and now Maqam Ibrahim is drawn very close over here. There's a quite a distance between the two. So you gotta make sure that you stay between Kaaba and Maqam Ibrahim, in between. And you keep that circumference when you go around in the same way. Yeah. You're gonna be going inside Maqam Ibrahim, not outside.
But if you cannot during rush,
Inshallah, you'll be able to. But if it's not possible, because Hajj usually it's difficulty, then it's okay. But even in Hajj, there hasn't been a time when I had to do it outside. Unless I was accompanying someone elderly, you can always do it from within. It's the same rush inside Maqam Ibrahim as it is outside pretty much.
जो फुट पैड वगैरह है वो पहन सकते हैं कि नहीं ड्यूरिंग द वॉक
हाँ ख़वातीन के लिए कोई मसला नहीं.
Maulana, I have a question too.
I don't know who was first. Go ahead.
No, they can ask.
आपका हाथ ऊपर.
नहीं वो हो गया
Go ahead.
All right, so memorizing Surah Kafirun, it's mandatory in Hajj. It is also mandatory for.
So even in Hajj, it's not mandatory. We made it sound like it's mandatory.
Okay.
So the 2 rakat namaz, the 2 rakat salat that you offer after the tawaf, it is highly recommended to recite Surah Kafirun in the first rakat and Surah Qul Huwallahu Ahad in the second rakat. But if you don't know Surah Kafirun, you can read any other surah.
और नियत क्या होगी हमारी
किस चीज़ की?
जो हम ये नमाज पढ़ेंगे वाजिब की होगी या इसकी होगी
So what did I say? Someone help us. What did I say about the niyat? Either one is fine. You can say I do this qurbatan ilallah, or you can say wajib qurbatan ilallah. All the niyat. Ji. Yes. So that backpack that you have, where you are carrying your chappal or purse, for example, don't bring the purse. Your chappal or your keys or whatever, or water bottle. Keep a water bottle with you, right? Cell phone rakh lein, for example. So you can carry anything in it. Carrying anything is not a problem. Just don't carry guns or.
But if you do something, just don't bend.
All right. let's move quickly because it's almost 3 o'clock. We started late, but we gotta finish it. There are 35 chats. I don't know what they're saying. Sorry, guys. The third obligation is offering 2 rakat salat after completing the tawaf. So here's your niyat. Niyat ka pushin thi. I'm praying 2 rakat namaz or salat of tawaf for Umrah Mufradah. Say it. Qurbatan ilallah. Conditions for salat. One should make the niyat of salat of tawaf and offer 2 rakat prayer, similar to Salatul Fajr. The only difference is that one has the choice to either do it loud or softly. Women will always be doing it softly. It is wajib to offer salat near Maqam Ibrahim, behind it. You will never be able to do right next to it. People are doing tawaf over there. So you're going to be doing. Sajjad bhai, go ahead. Where's the... I don't know where it is. Go ahead, say it again.
Jewelry while in ihram, like earrings or something simple?
Okay, so the question is, can the ladies wear jewelry or anything similar during ihram? Nothing of beautification could be worn. Nothing of beautification. If you wear jewelry for beautification purposes, you cannot wear that while in ihram. If there's a ring that you normally wear all the time, it's your regular ring. You don't wear it for beautification purposes. Like many people wear aqiq. You can keep wearing that. But anything outside of that, which is done for beautification, is not permissible. Does that answer, Sajjad bhai? Okay. Okay, yes. So the diabetic sensor is okay, but of course, you gotta make sure that when you need to do ghusl-e-wajib, that is removed. Okay? All right. And then pacemaker is inside, so you don't have to worry about pacemaker. That which is outside, physically blocking your skin from water to reach, that has to be removed. Yes?
You said ghusl-e-wajib only, so the ghusl we do before...
No, any type of ghusl, but that ghusl will not be constituted as a ghusl. You don't really need a ghusl. That's why it was mustahab to begin with. So, as long as your wudu area is not covered, you're okay. Yeah. That ghusl is mustahab anyway. But make sure that there's no ghusl-e-wajib, that you have to then remove it. Ji Sajjad bhai. We're done? One more quick, go ahead. Nose pins? No, if it's for beautification, it should be removed. If they wear it all the time and it's not for beautification, then it's okay. But usually nose pins and these things, my understanding was, is for beautification. But that's okay. If it's not, then they should be. You have a question? Can you wear what? Yeah. Ji, Sajjad bhai. So that'll come in the end. Inshallah will come in the end. I'll address that. Okay. Condition for Salat of Tawaf, we got the first one done. Number 2, Maqam Ibrahim. Number 3, wajib to offer Salat right away. Should not be too much of a gap between the two actions. Number 4, read any surah, but recommended to recite Kafirun in the first and Ikhlas in the second. Number 4, fourth action which is wajib in Umrah Mufradah is Sa'i. I am performing Sa'i for Umrah Mufradah Qurbatan ilallah. Condition, the fourth wajib, with the intention of seeking nearness, Ikhlasan Qurbatan ilallah, that it is after making the niyat, one must walk between the two mountains of Safa and Marwa. From Safa you'll start, till Marwa it counts one round. So Safa is over here, Marwa is over there. When you walk from here to there, that's one round. Although you only go in one direction, but it's considered to be one round. When you come back to Safa, that is number 2. When you go back to Marwa, that's number 3. Come back to Safa, that's number 4. Go to Marwa, number 5. Come back to Safa, number 6. You'll always finish at Marwa. Number 7 will conclude at Marwa. So the mountains are pretty much covered. You can't really go. I don't know what the situation with Marwa is. We were able to walk on top of it. Safa has always been covered in my time that I've seen it. So you don't have to touch the mountains. You don't have to. But if you can, you can. It's not a problem. There's certain other things that are associated with it. I'll go through it quickly, but then if there are any questions, I'll take it. Taharat is not mandatory. So if you lose your wudu after the 2 rakat namaz, that's okay. You don't need to maintain the wudu. Now, I know some people are like, why won't you? Some people have some conditions. They can't. So taharat is not mandatory during sa'i, but it is better to be in the state of purity. Number 3, one can rest during sa'i, one of the 2 mountains. So you can sit on Safa for a little bit if you want to, take a breather. You can sit on the Marwa if you want to, take a breather. But you should avoid sitting in between the 2 mountains, as people are walking anyway. And it doesn't look good, you're sitting in the middle of the path of people walking. But usually on the 2 mountains, there are people who are already sitting there. Those who are done, they're just relaxing there. So you can, take rest if you want to. But usually, alhamdulillah, you all look pretty fit. You'll be able to cover this distance without any issue, inshallah. Unless, of course, very tired and unable to continue, you can even sit in between the 2 mountains for a little bit. Some people may have an issue that they are unable to walk. So for a little bit, they want to sit down, you can do so. In between Safa and Marwa, there are fountains of Zamzam. You can go towards Zamzam, drink water, and then come back, and then start again. See what I did? Did you see it? See it again. Watch it again. This is Safa. I'm going towards Marwa. Fountain is right here on the side. Of course, it's not going to be in the middle, right? So I go over to the fountain. I drink a little bit. I'm not going to go from here like this. I'm going to come back. That distance that I went, and then continue. Keep that in mind. It's very important. You don't want to be missing even this much that you deviated from the path. So you come back, just a few steps, and then continue from there.
And for men's, Maulana is barefoot.
No, you can wear chappal here. You can wear, yeah.
So they can keep a water bottle with them when they're doing the sa'i, right? So they don't need to stop for watering.
But Zamzam.
Zamzam.
Oh, yeah, it's always Zamzam.
Yeah, Zamzam.
Yeah. Water bottle you can keep even when you're doing tawaf. But of course, there's Zamzam on the way, and people are inclined to go drink Zamzam. You should. Nothing wrong with it. Even drinking Zamzam is mustahab. But when you do so, just be mindful of how you come back. Zamzam water bottle mein dalna. Yeah. But when you go get it, come back and then continue. That was the point here. It doesn't. Yeah. Yep. All right. It is recommended to do sa'i by walking in peace and dignity, a certain distance between Safa and Marwa. 2 distinct minarets, decked with green light. This is where Bibi Hajara ran in search of water, and in this area she was walking between Safa and Marwa, but these 2 places she ran. It's called harwala. So you're jogging basically. Right? You'll see men will be jogging. So it's recommended. It's mustahab to, not for women, only men. If they, duplicate what she did. There's no such recommendation for women. If a pilgrim is unable to perform sa'i personally, even by being carried on the shoulders of another person or on a wheelchair, he may appoint an agent to perform sa'i on his behalf. So someone says, no, I can't do sa'i. There are people with wheelchairs over there. You pay them 500 riyal, and they'll take you. In the middle, they have made a place for wheelchairs only. You'll be done before anyone else. Zup, 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 zup. And you'll be done in 5 minutes. While everybody else will be in their first round. So, I don't know, I think it should be something like that. But you can hire someone to do that. So that answers that question. Number 5, wajib in Umrah Mufradah is taqsir. We're almost done. Taqsir is the 5th wajib. You do the niyat. What is the niyat? I'm performing taqsir or halq for men to be relieved of ihram for Umrah Mufradah qurbatan Allah. Basically, relieved of ihram means ihram comes off. Once you clip some hair, ihram is off. Those 25 things, majority of them are now off. conditions for taqsir, the only prescribed way to become muhil, as opposed to muhrim. You were muhrim, now you're becoming what? Muhil. You were in the state of ihram, now you're relieved from the state of ihram, is taqsir or halq. Taqsir means to cut some hair from the head or beard or mustache. If it's not enough, merely to pluck. You can't just go like this. You gotta cut it. So, we'll be carrying a scissor, or people usually have it over there. Halq means to shave completely. Female programs are only required to do taqsir. Do your taqsir first before helping someone else. Don't make that mistake. You haven't done your taqsir and you start doing other people. Do yours first. So now you're muhil. Now you can do taqsir on behalf of for others. I end up doing taqsir for the whole group. I'm not suggesting that I should do this again, but it has happened. I'll go ahead and do mine, and then people just start lining up. I'll just clip their hair. So temporarily I change my profession. Someone else can do it for you too. Someone can do it. You can just go like this and someone can do it for you. So either you do it or someone can do it for you. Tawafun Nisa. I'm performing Tawafun Nisa around Kaaba. 7 rounds for Umrah Mufradah, Qurbatan Allah. It's wajib for both men and women. If men fail to perform it, any woman becomes unlawful for them. If the woman omits to perform it, any men becomes, of course their husbands, become unlawful for them. The procedure and rules regarding Tawaf and Nisa and the prayers following it are the same for the first Tawaf that you did. Only difference is the niyat. For the first Tawaf, you were just doing Tawaf karta hu. I'm performing Tawaf. For this I'm doing Tawafun Nisa. That's the only difference. Everything else. Huh? Everyone. No difference. Taharat is necessary for any Tawaf. Wudu. Alright. Salat is the same way. Nothing changes here either. Just a niyat maybe that I'm performing 2 rakat namaz for Tawafun Nisa, Umrah Mufradah, Qurbatan Allah, and just like Maqam Ibrahim that you prayed behind it. These are the 7 du'as that are recommended to be recited. I sent this file to the group. You might have received it. When you're doing tawaf, you don't have to recite anything. There's nothing to be recited. Just looking at Kaaba is ibadat. Just walking with waqar and dignity and honor. That's all. Not saying anything. Silently just, completely diving into that ambience that is created in that place, in that environment. Just reflecting on yourself. Reflecting on, the world around you. Thinking about something, contemplating, that's enough. Yeah, enough contemplation that you remain cognizant that this is first tawaf, this is second, that this is first round, this is second round, this is third round. So in order to keep the count, du'as are good. So you know that you did du'a for the first round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round. So this way you keep the count of tawaf. Believe it or not, people forget which number tawaf they're in, or which number circle they're in. So it's good to keep this in mind. If they do, they have to. There are rules for that. Yes?
Sorry. Tawafun Nisa, one question is that if the Umrah itself is not wajib, then why is Tawafun Nisa?
So as I mentioned, this is a very good question. Umrah itself, as I said, is not wajib. But when you begin Umrah, performance of all of the actions becomes obligatory. If you fail to do so, there's kafara. So therefore, you're going to be doing all the actions. Now that you have made the intention that I'm going to go through with it, you're already going, spending all this money. Your intention initially was that this is a mustahab amal. But once you begin, each individual action in it is wajib action that you're doing. Failing to do so will entail kafara. So therefore, all the obligations that are there for Tawafun Nisa in any other Umrah, and when you do Hajj Tamattu, you do Tawafun Nisa, same thing will be applicable, and all the consequences of not doing Tawafun Nisa will still be applicable.
I have a question.
Excellent. Does that answer? Okay. Excuse me? No.
From Ahkam till you take about
Yes.
it's about 7
Yes. No, so, just 3 hours in the state of ihram, avoid all of these things. Yep. 3 hours that you're wearing ihram, few hours that you're doing these 7 actions, just avoid doing all of these things, and then afterwards you can. All right, you had a question?
Yes. When we are done with the Umrah,
Hmm?
and अगर वुज़ू खत्म हो जाए, हम सब वहाँ बैठे रहे मस्जिद में,
हाँ?
या हराम में बस किसी चीज़ को छेड़
बिल्कुल।
नहीं तो बैठ सकते।
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay.
मौलाना, उम्रा करने के बाद फिर हम हाजी साहब नहीं लिखा सकते।
नहीं. Huh. If you wear glasses that are, used for your lens, corrective lens, then you can wear them. But wearing sunglasses, you cannot. Okay. So first, I don't know if there were more ahkam in it. There should have been more ahkam, but yes.
Doing Umrah on behalf of Marhumeen or on behalf of Imam Maulana, one Umrah can have a niyat of multiple
Several people.
individuals.
Yes. So once you're done with Umrah, you can only do one Umrah in a month. You can do, now it does not mean 30 days. So for example, luckily you might arrive towards the end of 1 month, lunar calendar. Let's say you arrive there end of Jamad-e-Thani. 28th of Jamad-e-Thani, you do one Umrah for yourself. And then the 1st of Rajab, you can do another Umrah for yourself. So even though there's only 2 days in between, you can do it. It's not 30 days. That's one. But if there's 1 month, you cannot do 2 Umrahs for yourself. You can only do 1 Umrah for yourself. So that first Umrah you've done, that's done for yourself. You can, however, do second Umrah for someone else. Either for that one individual, or you can do for multiple people. Did I answer?
Like even the first Umrah can be done for yourself and multiple.
No.
No.
When you're doing it for yourself, you cannot add anyone else into it. That has to be done only solely for yourself. And you cannot add anyone else along with it. That has to be done for individual. Do you pray namaz for other people while you're praying your own? You can't. So, that's not a good example, but you get the point, right? So, I'll clarify this when we're over there. That you can only do 1 Umrah for yourself. So don't think that, I'm going to go ahead and do another Umrah for myself. No. You can't. Technically, you're not allowed to. Unless the month changes, then you can do another Umrah for yourself. But why? It's mustahab, I know. But do it for someone else. Do it for your relative. Do it for your parents, for example. Doesn't matter if they're alive or if they're not alive. You can do it for anyone.
So you do the second Umrah for the rest of the people then.
You can do it for others.
And same thing with Tawaf. You can just do Tawaf on behalf.
Tawaf, you can just do for when you're, for example, you're done with Umrah. You take off your ihram and you get into your, regular clothes. Now, you're not there to spend time in hotel. You're going to be in Masjid-e-Haram. So when you go to Masjid-e-Haram, just keep on doing Tawaf. Keep on doing Tawaf. Tawaf means what? Tawaf means 7 rounds and 2 rakat namaz. That's what Tawaf means. 7 rounds, 2 rakat namaz means Tawaf. So keep on doing Tawaf for this person, for that person, for multiple people. That's highly recommended to do so as well.
Regular clothes में white clothes पहन के करेंगे या वो पहन के ihram पहन के?
No. You're out of ihram now.
Okay,
You're done.
allow you unless you have ihram, right? Allow you into the
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So now I think the new rule is you cannot enter without ihram. So even though you're wearing ihram, but you're not wearing with the niyat of ihram, right? So meaning you can smell fragrance and you can do all those things which are void of it. You can do all of that. But you're wearing ihram because apparently this is the new rule in Saudi Arabia now, that you cannot enter. They only allow those who are wearing the libas of ihram inside Masjid-al-Haram. So, true. You had your hand up in the back?
Yeah, question. It has to do with the different levels. I know they expect it. So, for us, are we what are the levels that we can be?
So right now I think there are only 2 levels. One is the roof and one is the ground floor. We have to do it from the ground floor. from the roof is batil. Why? Because it's above the height of Kaaba.
And the same thing for Sa'i, we cannot go.
Sa'i also it is recommended to do from the main level. You can also do it from the basement level, but you cannot do it from the top level. But we'll all be doing it together, so we'll take you from the main level. Yeah. Sometimes they do close off the main level. Then you're majboor. What do? Because it's crowded, they close it off. It has happened to us before. We waited for a little while, and they opened it. You can go. But if you're in a rush, you don't have time, you can go to the basement level and do so. You had your hand up.
Yeah. So when you do two umrahs, one for yourself and one for your parents, do you need to have two sets of ihram clothes, or you can wear the same ihram clothes?
No, you can wear the same ihram.
One.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you dedicated as haram, you can just re-wear that. Yes.
So as far as wheelchair, if I am pushing a wheelchair person, say especially maybe not for tawaf as much, but for sa'i, does that count as my sa'i too?
Yeah. Yeah. If you're pushing someone and you're doing your own sa'i, that's your sa'i. Yeah. Not a problem.
Tawaf will be different.
You can push your mom and you do your own tawaf. You come on. I mean your sa'i.
Tawaf would be different because they would not allow you in the mataf.
They usually don't allow it in the mataf area. Yeah. So, good question. What about the regular prayers that you're praying over there? Your Fajr, your Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib. Yeah, you can stand in Jamaat with them. But you got to make sure that you read everything by yourself. Right? So you read the two surahs by yourself. You make the niyat, you read the two surahs. When you pray over here in our masajid, you usually don't pray the surahs. Your imam reads the surah and you don't read the surah. But when you're praying behind their imam, you have to read the surah yourself. Why? Because they don't recite a complete surah. So namaz in Jamaat will be problematic then. So you recite everything by yourself, but you get the thawab of Jamaat. Alright.
Qunut we can do qunut.
Don't do qunut, it's mustahab. Don't do it.
नियत क्या होगी नियत क्या होगी
किस चीज़ की?
मुझे फजर की नमाज है
नमाज पढ़ता हूँ फजर की 2 रकात वाजिब कुर्बत अल्लाह.
जमात
No, you're gonna get the thawab of Jamaat, but you're doing it furada basically. Yeah. But you don't have to utter it from your tongue, I'm doing 2 rakat furada, or I'm doing 2 rakat Jamaat. You just say, I'm doing 2 rakat Fajr, wajib qurbatan Allah. You get the thawab of Jamaat because you're standing in Kaaba with, other people who are doing namaz in congregation. But you have to read everything by yourself. That's the only difference.
We have to do
And the reason I gave you why you have to read everything, because he's not reciting the complete surah.
They also recite very long surahs.
That's okay. You just keep standing with them.
Yeah, right. So you finish your surah and
You just keep standing. Keep standing.
we have to do ruku and sajda with them.
Yeah.
There's no qasr, right?
So you have the choice to pray qasr, or you have the choice to pray full. Makkah, Medina, 2 other places, Kufa, and the Haram of Imam Hussein. Only the 12 meters. Yes, Sajjad bhai, you have a question? Dipping. Okay. So maybe I'm asking the question. Usually my sound should be coming through the mic, so I'll try to be cognizant of that. All right. Any other questions regarding that before we move on? All right. Sajdega. A lot of time, don't carry sajdega with you. Don't bring it, or they'll kick it away or something, right? You don't want to draw attention toward yourself. Usually we find a place where there's just the floor. You're not doing it on the carpet. So when you pray on the floor, you don't need sajdega. If you end up praying on the floor, keep like a, kagaz piece of paper, or like a Kleenex or something, that upon which doing sajda is permissible. And when you go into sajda, just put it, do sajda and pick it up. Right? No, you pray open hands. You can't do taqiyya there. You pray with your hands open. You pray with folded hands, your namaz is batil. Alright, this is the map of Masjid Nabawi. This is the mimbar. And these are different pillars. This is the direction of Qibla. We walk around here. This is the Zari of Rasulullah. And then you walk out of here to go to Baqi, Jannatul Baqi. Now you can download the Nusuk app. I think in the app there are times allotted when you can sign up so that you can go to this place right here. I think now, in the past, you would just walk in there. Now you need to have that app to go ahead and book a slot for yourself and then go at that time. Nusuk. Nusuk. Go to the website nusuk.gov or .com.sa. Nusuk.sa, Saudi Arabia. And then from that, you can click on the link to download the app. Or you can just find it on there. I think you can make appointment right now even, right?
No, you have to wait 14 days.
Yes. Sharika. So hold on, let me put you on the mic because he did this. So the people on the...
Yeah, I went through this. We are leaving, inshallah, next week. I went through this in very hard times, but they open the appointments Friday morning, our time, at about 7-ish, okay? And they open those appointments for 1 week ahead. 1 week ahead. If you miss that half an hour period early on Friday morning, forget it. It's very difficult to get another appointment for the next week. They will be they open up those slots every now and then, but it's very, very difficult.
So Friday morning.
7 o'clock.
Friday morning, 7 o'clock.
A week before. Yeah.
A week before. Hold on, Sajjad Bhai has his hands up. Maybe he's going to enlighten us with something. Maybe he knows what we don't know. Go ahead, Sajjad Bhai. Where are the speakers? Listen, guys. Okay.
Stay upon arrival, and it will be detailed in the day-by-day itinerary that I'll be sending. So 1 Roda and 2 Umrah permission has already been taken.
For our
you
group.
cannot have more than one during a journey.
Okay, so for our group, we don't need to individually make the appointments then, right?
Right, please don't know.
Okay.
Inshallah, we are all done. We are
All
all
right,
set.
so there you go. So our group, you're going with us. You don't need to make the appointments. They've already done that as a group. So you can get group permission, I guess, and they already applied for that. That's why I was a little bit, skeptical about it. But thanks for the information.
Can we go multiple times, like one as a family, one as a group, one as
I don't know. This is something new. Sajjad Bhai, can we go multiple times?
each time you do it?
Can I do one?
Can we do it separate as a group?
Can you
can
go
only make
multiple
one
times?
appointment. You can only make one appointment.
Once during a
No, you can only make one appointment. That's what it said. That's with the group. So I think it should be okay if you want to make individual appointments. Right, Sajjad Bhai? If someone wants to make...
Yes, you can, but that I don't know how it works. It may actually interfere because your name is app,
Depending who you get.
and we do for on the app itself as a group, so it may, a conflict, and it may cancel either one or both.
Yeah, so I downloaded the app. It asks for your visa number. So because it asks for the visa number, if they already gotten permission for us, it might conflict and might cancel one of the two. So don't bother with that. Inshallah, we'll go together as a group and we'll... I have no idea. This is something all new to us. 30 minutes? 30 minutes. Okay, thank you. All right, this is inshallah the map of Jannat al-Baqi. The men will be able to go there. When you walk out of that Masjid Nabawi, that straight line, you come and you enter from here. When you enter from here, on the right side, you have the 4 graves of our imams. And then the other graves, we just go up till here and then we turn around. These are the aunts of Rasulullah, Safiya and Atika. This is Abdullah ibn Jafar, husband of Bibi Zainab, and Aqil, brother of Imam Ali. And these are also the other daughters that Rasulullah had raised, the Prophet's daughters, they're right over here. But the ones that Rasulullah raised, Zainab, Umm Kulthum, and Ruqayya. As I said, these are the imams. These are the graves of the wives. She is not there. Prophet's uncle, Hazrat Abbas, and Fatima bint Asad. So inshallah, men will be able to go and see this from a little bit of a distance, and inshallah we'll make ziyarat over there.
Are we allowed to be on the outside?
You can be on the outskirts of it, but of course, you can go inside. That's just the rule over there.
Can we do streaming? Like,
On your own risk. If they take your phone. All right. These are the slippers. This is only for men, not for women. Only for men. It has to be opened. So this is the only one that is permissible. These will not work because this is covering too much of your feet, top part of the feet. This may pass. It's a little bit, but this is the best. So if you don't have it, buy it. Keep it with you. Something which is solid, sturdy, doesn't break. Usually, again, Hajj, you need good, slippers and sturdy ones because you're walking a lot with it. Umrah, you're not going to be doing that much walking, so anything would be fine. All right, that ends our slides, and I'll stop over here. If there are other questions here, we'll take your questions. If there aren't any questions, then I'll show you how to tie the ihram, the men. And Sajjad bhai, are there any unique questions on the chat that we didn't address?
I wrote them on I texted you those questions, about 5 of them. That's pretty much it. Others we answered during the chat and during the presentation.
Okay, the others have been answered, okay. All right, so let me make... All right, so I'm going to be showing how to wear ihram. अब्बास को पहना दो अब्बास को भी पहना देंगे एक दफ़ा मैं खुद पहना के दिखाऊंगा पहले So ihram for men, of course, 2 pieces, right? Simple, unstitched clothing. This is where you're going to take the right side. One side will be shorter, one side will be longer, and you tuck it in all the way. Suck it a little bit in. And as much as you can, so you want to keep it tight. And you bring one like this, and you bring one on top like this, and then you just fold. Once, and then you fold second time. Now this is as solid as anything. You can hang on to it and it will not fall. I guarantee you. It's not going anywhere. You don't need belt for this. I never wear a belt. But of course, first time around, people are scared. What if it falls? No. You can even use pins. It's not recommended, but you can use pins to clip it, even the top part of it.
Can you face the camera to do it again?
Oh. Okay.
Try again.
Ji Saab. Okay. You want me to try it again? Oh my God. It's embarrassing. All right. So, right here, you take the shorter end on your right side and the longer on your left side. Now, whichever is your right or left, I don't know. And then you put it as far in as you can. So you tuck it in right here, and then you bring it on top, and then you bring it one more time on top. So now there are 2 layers in front. Then you just flip it once all the way around, and then you can flip it one more time all the way around. And that is it.
Maulana, हम knot नहीं लगा सकते.
जी? Not?
Okay.
गिरा नहीं लगानी ऐसे करना. I mean, you can if you want to tie it in the other way around, knot it, whatever you want, that's okay. But knot is not going to do. A lot of time people wear like this, they just keep rolling it around. Then you'll have difficulty walking. People just go like this, and then just go around like this, and then you just bring it around. Then you'll have difficult time walking. This is the way. Inshallah, we'll do it practically as well when you're there. Abbas, you want to try? Ji, kya keh rahe hain aap?
We will have a class in Medina also.
Okay, we'll have a class in Medina. There's some people over here who are not going with us, so come close. So you can, right there. They can see you over there. All right, so you're going to go around like this. Okay? And you're going to tuck it in Suck your belly a little bit. And bring it around once, bring it around twice. You can actually bring it around 3 times if you want, right? And then just flip it. Flip it from the back. And then flip it one more time. Now, how secure is it?
You think it's gonna fall?
Move your hands. Move your hands. Let's see.
Walk a little bit. There you go. It's not going anywhere.
Maulana, what about extra large people?
May God help you. Okay, this concludes our class pretty much. And if you have any other questions, I turn off the camera. I'll send all the slides. I will send all the slides, inshallah. You will get the slides. Sajjad bhai, anything else that you had? You texted some questions in the chat. Hold on a second, let me just. Okay, on the phone. So, over here, people, if you want to stick around, you can. We're pretty much done. I'm going to address some of these questions that were sent to me via text message. Yes, go ahead.
For Ihram, does it matter, like, does it have to go to the ankle, or is it going to be above the ankle, or does that not matter?
It could be above the ankle, but it has to be below the knees. Yeah. Okay. What are you saying, Sajjad bhai?
Before these people leave, I will be sending out a day-by-day itinerary today, inshallah, which will detail every day and everything, the action we perform during the trip. Any questions, please text me, email me, and let Maulana Sahab or myself know.
Okay. So, there is a package that Sajjad bhai sent. I didn't bring it with me, unfortunately. I'll give it to you at another time, inshallah. We've answered a few of these questions. Why is it called Tawaf al-Nisa? We did that already. It's just the Ahkam. That's how they're revealed. If Umrah is not wajib, then why is Tawaf wajib? Well, once you begin the Mustahab Umrah, then actions of this Umrah all become wajib. Just like Mustahab Salat, right? When you're praying Mustahab Salat, can you, while you're praying, do something which breaks the Salat? No. Because if you do so, the Salat will be broken. Similarly, in a Mustahab Salat, when the actions of Salat that are performing will be broken, similar is the case, even in the case that this Umrah is Mustahab, things that are being done can cancel out. So there will be kafara. Isn't Ihram only at Miqat? Yes, Ihram is only at Miqat, as we mentioned in the beginning. So for those people who are coming from Medina, Miqat will be Masjid-e-Shajara or Zul Hulayfiyah. People going from Jeddah, it'll be Juhfa, or they can do another to perform it. Make another that they will wear the ihram from Jeddah airport, and that will be enough. That's per all maraji, not an issue. Please elaborate on unscented things to use. Well, in the state of ihram, you cannot use anything that is perfumed. So all the soaps, the lotions, and all of these things, they are scented. They put scents in it. So all of those things will not be permissible to apply on your body because that'll be applying scent and perfume to your body. So scent and perfume is all for beautification. It is not permissible in the state of ihram. But once the ihram is off, then there's nothing wrong with it. Umrah Badal mentioned that once you're done with your own Umrah, then you go ahead and do Umrah on behalf of someone else. Now for that, do you have to go to Masjid Shajara? No. You just go to Adna Hill, the closest place where you can come out of Haram, and that is Masjid-e-Tan'im, aka Masjid-e-Aisha. You can go there, wear ihram, and then come back. Usually the taxis, they're there, they can take you and they'll wait for you because it'll take you 5 minutes to do the niyat, get back in the taxi, come back, and do your second Umrah. Thank Thank you very much for people who were signed in. Inshallah, the session was recorded. It was also live on YouTube, and inshallah we can watch it later on, those who missed the beginning part of it. All right, I'm going to end it from here. Sajjad bhai, anything else?
No, we're good, mashallah. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Khuda Hafiz.
Recording stopped.
Then it's sort of, that's why we say niyat in the first place.